Well, hello everybody. How you doing? I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You're gonna have a good time. We haven't fixed the stuttering problem, but my mom says that it goes away. And then it just seeped out of. Oh God, no! Yeah. Get the fuck. Oh my God. It's just till the Coke drips down my balls. What the fuck? This is the life we live. Hey guys, howdy doody. Hey Rhett. Hey people of the universe. Hey Vivbot. Vivbot's not supposed to be here. He's loitering. Ignore him. You troglodyte. Oh, hold on. Small problem.
Name it to Viv Thought.
I might change shirt.
Be gone, Thought!
Honestly, at this angle,
Okay.
it kind of just looks like it's a design on the shirt. It doesn't look
There we
like
go.
you've spilled anything, to be completely honest.
The
That's
things I
true.
do for physical comedy.
Physical comedy.
Because you got that adorable gap in your teeth. It just kind of all went through.
Yeah, just all spills out.
English dentistry at its finest.
You know that Asian chicks pay to get that shit? That gap that you
Nice.
have? You can go to Japan and they'll be like, oh, you spend money too? And be like, nah, bitch.
No,
Natural.
bitch,
All
natural.
natural.
Except in Japanese, which I don't know what that is.
All neutral.
All neutral
No
is what
titty.
I'll say.
Where'd that come
As
from?
if I don't even know my own language. That'll be great.
Gosh, Johnny.
I don't know my own language.
What the fuck is a Sonic,
I
guys?
agree with Frosty. How is everybody? And by
That's a good
everybody, I
question.
mean Rhett right now.
It's a really good question.
How is my main man Rhett in the chat?
Our
Rhett
main
Boy,
man?
Vivbot.
Our main
Stop
band.
trying and sell me it. I don't want your ass cream, Tarippa.
I'm gonna give you an offer you can't refuse. Ass cream at a good price. The best price. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I thought we were playing Fate Accelerated, not Snake Oil.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's a
It's the
great.
same thing, dude.
It is.
I want to
honestly.
play Snake Oil on stream.
Is that the
Would be
thing that
lovely.
we played with the dick missile?
Yeah,
It's the
bitch
one
missile.
in-
Bitch missile.
Yeah, that one.
That was
Yeah.
fucking good. Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, the Snake Oil is a little card game where hi Whiskey, welcome to the stream. Thank you, Rhett. I appreciate that. I appreciate your welcoming thoughts. But yeah, Snake Oil is we should definitely play that at some point.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's a game where you have to sort of improvise. You have a set of cards and have to improvise a entrepreneurial idea or item out of them and try and sell it like a Snake Oil salesman. It's
Yeah.
a really good game. Really good game.
Really good
Really
Game.
great.
Really good game.
Gay with a W.
I think the only reason I like it is just because of Moore's excellent fucking, bitch. Like, other than that,
Yeah.
I find it so hard to actually sell anything because it's like, oh, a chastity belt for termites. Like,
Nice.
I don't fucking know.
I'd buy that, to be fair. I mean, dude, all you gotta do is sell a Paranoid Man a door clamp, which is essentially a
Oh, yeah.
lock.
That
But
sounds
but it's a clamp.
like
You
a-
get your door clamp.
That sounds like
I
a
like that you
terrible
bought the door
idea.
clamp. That was my favorite part of playing that
Mhm.
game. Was somebody bought a lock. It was so stupid. You clamp your door shut. It's called a door clamp. You mean a lock? No. This is better. It's a
Mitch,
clamp.
how do you feel being the odd one out right now, hair-wise, being the only normal one?
Well, I mean, to be fair, like from as I said before, at this angle, Pshan looks normal, so
Right.
True.
I can't even see the
True.
red. So I don't feel. I don't
mean,
feel odd. I don't feel
like-
weird.
I only see
Tripper, when are you dyeing your hair?
get wrecked. I only
what's
see
that?
I only see your blue though when you angle your head forward, so it's weird.
Where he's kind of got like a bit of that like beta lass, like sheen
Well,
going on.
yeah, the reason that is though, it's not because my hair isn't dyed properly. It's because my roots aren't dyed. I did that on purpose, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See.
Whereas, I'm the only one who dyed my hair successfully, guys. I mean,
Yeah. I didn't dye my.
That's
I didn't
basically-
dye my hair because I didn't dye my roots. Sorry, I didn't bleach my roots because I wanted it so that when I want to get rid of this, I can just cut it and then it won't be like I don't have to shave my head.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gouda.
I'm
So
thinking of keeping this, dude. I don't know. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, even my little brother's taken to that look as well. He dyed his hair exactly, and I was like, oh, he used rubles for inspiration, obviously. The man, the myth, the legend. Are you using a product right now, Ruben? You gonna
I'm
get
using
monetized?
various. I'm not gonna get anyone. Oh, right. No, I'm definitely not.
No, non-branded cola.
Nondescript drinking fluids. My favorite.
I'm drinking Wellesley Farms purified water.
Hey, shut your goddamn mouth.
Sponsor us.
I'll kick you off this stream, boy.
You're not the ones.
Why?
Wrecked.
I've got a third of the votes. Frosty, do you vote to kick Tripper off the stream?
Wow.
Off of the island, 100%.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay,
guys.
2
Well,
out of
I'm
3.
taking
You're
OBS
off.
with me. Just keep that in
You're
mind.
Me and
I'll vote
Frosty both
yes.
have vote yes too.
Yes, he's
Damn.
We're good.
Midge, you're my saving. Anyway, God, we got so far off. Like, how's your guys' week been, folks?
Well, I spilt
Folks.
Coke on all over me for
Good
no
job.
reason other than a cheap comic gag.
Good
so,
job.
You know, that's a status for how my week's going, I guess.
Well done.
Very good job, dude. Duder.
Howdy, my son.
Yeah, before we get into everybody's weeks, I just wanted to apologize to everybody, namely the people who enjoyed this stream and who would be watching the classic Whiskey Wednesdays, because I wanted to let everybody be aware that I am going to be away for the next week, unfortunately. It's gonna be my 21st birthday, so I will be away for the very first Whiskey Wednesday, so there'll be
You
nothing
can
streamed
drink
on
in the
Wednesday.
goddamn stream now, dude. It'll be great.
Fuck
It will be.
yeah.
I can drink whiskey on a Whiskey Wednesday stream. That will be amazing.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but I will be back next week, and that'll be all solid, all Gucci, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, my past few weeks have been good. I don't think I've been on the stream for like 2 weeks, so because I was sick while we're back. But other than that, I've had a pretty good couple weeks. How have let's go with the first person, the person whose thing is pink in my Roll20, Tripper.
God damn it! I'm changing that immediately.
I knew I was forgetting to do
It is now brown, the color of my people. No,
There we go. Nice.
shit color. No, yeah, my week's been interesting, exciting, nerve-wracking, very fast. I got a job yesterday so I applied for Brugger's Bagels on like some day in the last 3 weeks, and it was one of the many applications that I've been sending the last couple months. I got a call
exactly.
again. Exactly. I've sent probably like 50 applications in the last 3 months. And they've all been to places that I would want to work at, that sort of thing. And I got a call yesterday at like 2:30, and I was chatting with my housemate at the time, and I was just like, oh, okay, I got a call from a number in my area, might as well. Oh, hey, yeah, what's up? Interview at 3:30? Sure, yeah, okay. Hey, I got an interview at 3:30, and I went there, and she was like, hey, this is a job. Do you want it? And I'm like, sure. And that's not exactly as an abbreviated. As an abbreviated interview, but that's what happened. So
I'll be really interested to see what position you get, because I feel like
But
I feel like you're gonna be the hardest person to train Cash. But only because you're gonna be because it's not just like you know how to do stuff. It's like you have to know where all the buttons lead to.
yeah.
And then it'll be like, wait, where is the hazel bagel in? It's in horseradish. Like, why is it in there? Like,
Why is it in the horseradish section?
Yeah, it'll be one of those things. But if you're not a cashier, one of my friends worked at Brugger's Bagels, and he was the master baker. That's what
the
they
hell?
call it.
The master
And
baker.
he's one of those dudes that would sit there. Yeah, that would sit there and bake bagels.
Okay.
And that would be way funnier to see you do, because you have to multitask
Yeah.
with like millions of bagels all at once, and if you burn them, you get fired.
Okay.
And we get to call him the master baker. Like,
I like Bagel Boy.
Tripper, how long were you masturbating today?
All day, dude. Hard day at work. I was master
All day at
baking.
work, you fucking pervert. I'll be back.
Masturbating all day.
Hard day at work.
Hard day. There we go.
No, I love Brennan's Bagel Boy title. I like that. I want that to be. I had a thought, just a fleeting thought. I would change my name from Tripper to Bagel Boy everywhere. Just
The best
so
part
like
of actually
yeah.
working at a bagel place is there's going to be so many like innuendos. And
Yeah!
stuff, bagels and oh my god, it's gonna be beautiful. Rhett says he's never been to a bagel joint. That's fair, Rhett.
I didn't realise there were whole chains dedicated to bagels. But
Oh,
Yeah.
no, there are, dude. Also, funny thing, there's hundreds of this store in the in United States, and ours is one of only 4 that has a drive-through. So we're fancy, boys.
hell
The
yeah!
high class of the bagels in the bagel world.
By that I mean, I think this is, according to the woman, this is one of the busiest Brugger's Bagels in the whole country. Which is
Dunkin Donuts. Oh yeah.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. God. Because, like, donuts are one of those things.
Or are you like under contract to hate Dunkin Donuts now that you work at a bagel place?
No, I'm not.
Was there like a bagel donut war 3 years ago? And
Oh my God.
Since then they've been,
Donuts
like,
won.
matching ever since. Yeah.
I'd love to sign a contract
Bagels were
that
oppressed.
that explicitly says you cannot enjoy these restaurant chains under pain of being fired.
Yep.
If anyone,
You'd love that. Why would you love it? I mean, it would be amusing.
be so
but I know
stupid!
you'd love that.
so ridiculous.
Yeah, you can never go to McDonald's, KFC, Dunkin' Donuts.
I haven't been to a This isn't bragging. This is just a fact. I haven't been to a McDonald's in like 7 years. Probably
That's
longer.
a good thing.
It is. Don't do it,
I've
kids.
in a week, I've probably gone to McDonald's more than you've ever done in your life.
I think I've been there exactly 2 times.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just let me put it into perspective.
I've been there
when I
two
go
times on one day.
Oh God.
yeah. When I go in there
Yeah,
with my
no,
family, right? My mum or whoever, will be like, "Oh, what do you want then?" And I'll just say the usual. It's at that point when I just say the usual, and then they all know what I mean.
Wow.
Right?
I mean,
It's not good. It's not. Don't try it. Don't try and tempt him. It's not worth it, Trevor. It's not good food.
I can't. Anyway, how is speaking of your escapades, Midge? What have you been up to? You kid
I
diddler.
I started working for CEX
Yeah.
in the city,
I don't know
like
who they
on
are.
the cashier thing or whatever. That's all right. So far I've only dealt with nice people, which is a plus.
How
Yeah,
long
the
you
only
been
problems I'm
working
really.
there?
Yeah, I've had like
I'm surprised. You've been a whole week and
shifts.
you haven't had any assholes.
Sorry about that.
The thing is, I only worked 2 days, right? So like a week usually,
Mm-hmm.
and in those 2 days I worked like 4 hours. You know, on till just for the whole 4 hours. And yeah, so far it's been alright. I have a couple of people who don't want to talk to you, but other than that, no real problems. It's sort of been chill, but I just struggle with counting huge quantities of money. So when I open the till and you get out like 500 5p's, and I get like 90% through counting them all, and then I lose count, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start again,
Yeah.
boy.
That's great. That's why you make like stacks of like a number,
Yeah, well that'd be
Fat
the intelligence.
stacks, dude.
so then you can count the stacks.
That's
You're like,
just, like,
okay, I'm
pour
making
it out
stacks
on
of
the
like
table.
50, so blah 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 blah. blah.
Oh lordy.
Which is why I was late, like to my own game the other day. It's
Oh
because
boy.
I was spending like 40 minutes counting.
Also
Counting,
the time zone change.
money.
We can blame it. We can also blame it on the time zone change because you didn't realize until like 15 minutes before the game that the time zones were fucked. Between
All right, we getting this boy started? Yeah, sorry, my
Yeah,
fucking
boy.
landlord came over and was like, "Did you get any mail that was for me?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "I'm pretty sure you did because this somebody said that they accidentally sent it here." And I was like, "You didn't. I've been checking." And he's like, "Well, do you mind it if I come in?" And I said, "Absolutely not." And he's like, "Well, I mean," and I was like, "You have to give me 24 hours notice before you're coming to my property." See ya.
Garrow said.
Yeah, no, I was just like, "Fuck no." And he's like,
I mean,
"Who are you?" 'Cause-
they're gonna just like accuse you. Then
well, the thing
that's
is,
a bit,
he's never met me before, so he was like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, yeah,
I own this
just told him no.
property.
Yeah, I was like,
I
"Oh, that's
own
sick, dude. I paid for this property."
Get wrecked. Get wrongled.
Nice.
So yeah, how was your week? Stay prosty.
It was fine. I'm feeling a little bit ill, but I'm all right.
Yeah,
So
I noticed
that-
that when you woke up, your throat was like really hoarse when you
Yeah.
came on earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, I'm feeling shitty, but besides that, I'm all right.
Besides
I'm
feeling
excited.
shitty, I'm feeling alright.
And we have a new guy in the chat, so I'm excited. Let's get this game going, boy.
It's fucking,
Who's this
fucking
new
roll.
boy?
Yeah. Alright. Is everybody ready? Has everybody grabbed their seat by the pants of their seat?
Grabbed their seat by the pussy. Yeah, dude.
No, don't do that. That's a crime unless you're the president.
You gotta grab
You're
it.
the president of the United States of America.
I can grab it however I want.
Oh my
Hell yeah.
god.
Whenever I see a beautiful chair, I just want to kiss it, you know?
Oh no.
Yeah, just grab
Make
that
out
juice
with
Up
it.
against
But-
it.
If everybody does have their chairs to hand,
I have a
have
chair.
grabbed their chairs,
I'm in
and
it.
are ready,
Hell yeah.
then we'll get into the game. So, I want to describe us a scene to start us off. We're going to come in on a scene of a garden, and it's one we recognize. It's mid-evening, and the last vestiges of light are hanging around the air from the day. The garden is the garden where the wedding took place, the garden
Okay.
to the Caro mansion. We begin to hear the sounds of muffled conversation through an open window. We hear, "But my brother, my father, they run this business like they're playing poker. They bet it all just to try and win. They don't run it like an actual organization. They treat everyone else like shit. They treat me like shit." Yes. And I would run this organization better than all of them. Strong words from one such as you. We see a window slightly open, the sound of this conversation trailing out of it as the camera begins to move downwards, and we see leaning against the wall, face half shrouded in the shadow, a figure, who I will show everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on to
It
you,
is-
man.
It is an older man. He has a slight sort of smile spread over his lips at hearing these words, and he takes a final drag on a cigarette that he's been smoking before putting it on the grass, the damp grass, and stomping on it. He looks up at the window one last time. "You're very strongly opinionated in this regard, I see. Well, tell me, what is it? I know you feel the same thing, Uncle. We could change this." And this conversation begins to grow quieter as the man starts moving away. The man walks round to the front of the building, and as he moves, we see him stop just before rounding the corner to the front. He keeps his thick glasses low so as to not reflect any light from any cars coming from around the front, and he begins to peer around the corner. We see the camera move with him, and we see what he's looking at. He's noticing a man lying underneath a car, tampering with the brake lines. His smile sort of grows slightly wider, and we're going to cut back to the scene from the end of last session.
Damn. This motherfucker knows our business, Bishan.
Oh no.
He heard your conversation with fucking Aaron, and he knows that I cut the brake line.
So, we come back in on the scene, this vast warehouse space with these stone walls and stone floor. There is various little train sort of passages heading down underground, and a cylindrical train carriage, looking a bit worse for wear and a bit dinged up, with a collapsed giant leaning against it, coated in blood. The only sound coming through in the room is the panting of some worn-out fighters and the quiet sobbing of a small girl. The drying smell of gunpowder tech hangs in the air as a small dwarf stands happily admiring the devastation he wrought upon this giant of a man. And that's where we left off, I believe.
Yeah.
The last
I'm gonna be wiping blood with a handkerchief off of my shoes and my suit because this guy's brain exploded all over me.
Yeah. Yeah. You clean yourself up.
Is everyone all right?
I'm doing just fine. Just give one more kick.
Your fist is like steaming and starting to slowly like wear down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing fine because you were getting fucking pushed around, were you? I just want to take all the hits for you, little man. Remember that.
Yeah, so a little
Lots of
reminder,
fucking bruises
you've got
and shit
like
all
kind of a fucked shoulder, and you actually can't hear out of one ear right now, Tommy.
Yeah. Let my weakness show, though, my boy.
Yeah, yeah. And Blair, you're in a kind of a slightly similar state, a bit less worse for wear than Tommy, but still not doing too great yourself.
Yeah. I wish we would have known that there was a giant guarding whoever this is.
Yeah. Funny. That wasn't in the intelligence. Someone so big.
Thought you were supposed to be the intelligence.
What? Yeah, I just look at you like, I am the intelligence. I'm the active intelligence. I just hold up my fist like,
Yeah.
All right, active intelligence. Would you mind searching these people to see if they have anything useful?
fine. Yeah, I start going through the giant's things.
Okay. The giant doesn't have pockets.
Okay. Okay.
Nor is he seemingly trusted with anything of import other than his hammer, which has been snapped in two.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go swiftly to the next, to the halfling.
Okay.
Who am I?
The little girl
Kill.
or the guy who you completely
The guy.
like ruptured.
I
Yeah, okay.
destroyed that man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that half man. Okay, roll me, just stay careful as you like search him over.
Okay. Wow, this guy's quite careful actually. Hey.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's 2. So a 3 would be a success, but a 2 will be, you know, in this circumstance, it's not super hard, so a 2 will be a partial success. So you won't find anything necessarily of super import, but you might find some things on his person.
Okay. I think because that was a perfectly down the line average roll. So if I reroll, I might get better or worse. But
You could just get a +2 and then succeed.
that's probably what I'm going to go for. But I don't think he's really got anything. I mean, yeah. No, I'm not really seeing any invocation I can make. So, I'll do a reroll because he's a gambling man. Why the hell not?
Throw me the reroll.
Let's get wrecked, boys. Oh, hey!
A 3 is a success. I will minus 1 of your fate points.
Yep.
There we go. So, you search this man. You find his wallet. You find 2 more basically clips of ammo for the gun that he was carrying, and you find. Yeah, no, that's it. So in his wallet, you find his ID. And obviously the token-like picture of his mum.
Nice.
That he keeps.
Nice. With like a pie.
Yeah, yeah, and he has various like bits of money,
Nice.
but no note of import or anything.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like looking over at this girl like they were supposed to keep weapons here.
Yeah, she's like sort of cowering in the back of the cylinder now.
I've a thought. What if she's the weapon? I look at her.
Like my ears would agree with you.
Aye, gave us quite a bit of a.
You like wipe the side of your head,
Performance.
Blair, and like blood. Like you look at your hand and there's some like dried blood on your finger.
Fuck. Gagger.
It's a good idea. On the halfling, I'm looting, I guess. Oh yeah, what exactly did I find?
So you found his wallet with
Yeah.
a picture of his mum, some money, and enough information on this guy that you would potentially be able to, basically commit
his
some
identity.
identification
Fuck
crimes.
Nice.
You also found 2 clips of ammo for his gun, but his gun was sort of like, dropped to one side when you completely eviscerated.
Oh
his
yeah. I
soul.
ignore the gun. I take all of his effects. So
Okay.
certainly all of that other stuff on his person, I could commit identity fraud. I love it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I want to see if I can pull a handkerchief off his, if he's got a handkerchief or just a piece of clothing or something, so I can go gag her with it.
Yeah, you just like rip off part of his shirt.
Yeah, I rip off part of his shirt, go over to the lady, and I'm like, real sorry about this, but it's for everybody's good. So if you
Her
just
head like
stay
looks
still.
up towards you, and she just like shakes her head, like her wide eyes, sort of like giving you the puppy dog eyes for that one moment.
Just stay still. I just completely ignore him.
Yeah. She's kind of like backed into a corner, so you don't need to roll because it's not like she's gonna be able to fight you being a small child in a corner.
Yeah,
So-
okay. Oh, okay,
That's
she's
horrible.
not chained up or anything.
Yeah, that is terrible.
She was chained up, but it seems like whatever scream she had seemed to
Ah.
completely, basically shatter anything that she was touching
Yeah.
at the time.
All right, yeah. I go ahead and, in that case, seeing
You
as...
see the mechanism. You look like at the chain mechanisms that were on her arms, and you see that they actually look. They don't. Look, they haven't been like smashed open or anything. They look as if they've just been like the mechanism just got rattled so much that it just came apart.
Oh,
Okay.
Like the
Damn.
vibrations just like took it apart.
Damn, it's like those
Jeez.
saws that cut open your casts by vibrating.
No, I haven't
my God.
experienced that. Never broken anything.
I have. It
But
sucks.
they have like a saw that just vibrates and just breaks. I can't
Yeah,
stop
it's
it.
kind of
Yeah,
like
so
it's kind of
it
like
won't- it
sharp,
won't cut-
but it's
it won't
not like
cut you.
so sharp, but it just goes like.
Yeah, it won't cut
Okay.
you. You can hold it and it won't cut your hand, but it'll cut straight to your cast.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, because it's just made of like casts are just made of like collected fiber basically. So
Mm.
Okay.
yeah, like molded from that sort of shit.
I'll go ahead, because if she's not chained up, I'm just going to hold her shoulder with one hand and, like, start to basically tie the gag around her mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll continue. I'll hold one of her arms with a good amount of strength, and I'll be watching very intently to make sure she doesn't try anything,
Yeah.
take the gag off or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
you
just
notice-
like look. Okay,
you
go
notice
ahead.
as you like grab onto her, your gauntlet's power just like,
Oh.
and it's now like locked onto her arm. There is no longer power for you to like move that hand, like to open the fingers.
Oh, okay. Was that an intentional thing that I would do?
Nope.
Okay. It seems to have simply lost power.
Like, like she's like a living EMP grenade.
What the hell?
Nice.
Hey. What are you? Yeah, I suppose. Bit above my pay grade. Alright, come along. I guess I pull her along with my now.
Yeah, you don't really have a
powerless
choice now.
arm.
because
Yeah,
you can't,
exactly.
like, let go,
Shit.
really.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna have to, like, put some serious power into moving this thing, because it's like a hydraulic fist. So,
Mhm.
anyway. Yeah, I'll take her out of
All
the
right,
car.
so I'm just gonna look around at the state of my party, realize that your hand is now clasped onto this girl, and like Tommy's in a really bad spot. I'm kind of like the only one that if we got ambushed again, because like Tommy has one arm that's fucked up. All right, hold still, big guy. I need you in shape. If we get ambushed. And I just go over and I'm like, and I just kind of gently like gesture towards his shoulder. I could pop that back in.
Yeah, and I just sort of look at you and go on then.
Right. Hold it like this. And I just kind of show you how to like gesture your arm. And I'm going to go up and place my right hand really firmly onto your shoulder.
Mhm.
And then with my left hand, I just go and I just snap your shoulder back into place if I can, Ruben.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, and you're using So yeah, you can do that without a roll, I think.
Okay, yeah. So I just
I think
snap
it's
your, I
reasonably
snap your
easy.
arm back into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I give my arm like a few sort of, like, I don't know what
Yeah,
they
it
are called,
hurts.
but
It's
a few of
really
these.
sore, but you can now like move it with the full range of motion.
Yeah, and, like, the
It
muscle
hurts
works
when you
and
do
everything,
when you
so-
get like the upper
yeah.
parts when it like contracts. Yeah.
It's all good. All good. Nice. Fucking smash though, I can tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just, I'll just give you like one more pat on the shoulder and just be careful. All right, let's go.
Alright.
I don't want anybody else sneaking up on us.
Well, what do you think the boys on Hale think of us coming back with this lass? We were supposed to come back with weapons, weren't we?
I think she's a lot more than they bargained for.
Well, yeah, she killed people with her voice.
Yeah, right, I see. Alright, I got no problem.
Right.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my my revolver and start reloading it while we go up. So I just kind of have it in my hand.
Yeah, putting the bullets into it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you guys start heading up. I'm assuming you guys are going out with a stealthy approach, or are you guys just gonna like try and walk out without?
I'm not sure that
Just
we're
hoping
really
not to bump
that
into
we're
it.
able to be stealthy. I'm limping,
Mm-hmm.
so I can try and make a thing, but I think I'd be taking a minus.
Yeah, it's not a minus. I just make the DC harder. I'd make it a 4.
Okay.
Also,
Well,
they...
we can try and be sneaky, or we can just walk out.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, but if we're walking now, I'm assuming we're walking past the dead body of my green
Yeah,
friend.
it's like right. He's like right by the door. So as he like starts reloading his gun and starts walking away, you like look past him and you see Boggle, who maybe you didn't notice during like the sort of adrenaline
The struggle. Yeah.
and the struggle. But yeah, you see Boggle just with like a bullet. I think you shot him in the head, right?
I shot him straight through his eye. You said.
Yeah.
And then
So
blew
you
out
see
the
just
other
one
side.
of his eyes just like is bleeding out of the socket, and you can't make out any. Like he's
Yeah.
clearly been shot in the face.
I mean, I don't know what happened to him. Because loads of people had guns and I was fighting people and it was all a bit crazy. But I would just stop dead in my tracks and just sort of look down. And my face is completely blank. But obviously you see like cogwheel. Like when you see someone who is trying their hardest to resist, but their head is like going into overdrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got that kind of look as I just look down, just silently. Swallow
I think
hard.
I think as you're having like this sort of contemplative moment, like Rennick accidentally like bumps into you because he's expecting you to like keep moving.
Hey now! What's the hold up?
Yeah, I sort of turn my head back to him. They got boggled, didn't they? Poor bastard.
What?
I just turn around. I shot him.
He turned on us.
My head looked down and like my eyes look up at Blair.
Yeah. Came at me. I had to put him down quick so I could come help you with the big one. I just looked down at the orc that I shot. Just stupid.
And yeah, like he's getting he's not saying anything, but his breaths are getting like more and more sort of like, and he's doing that thing, like people with anger issues, when they're sort of trying to hold it back, they're like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
kind of turned into one of those as he's just like licking it, sort of smacking his tongue in his mouth and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey boy, what's wrong with you? I'll look you up and down from the side.
Well, I'm gonna get soppy on you, but look at it this way. And haven't had many mates in my life. Boggle was the best. And this skinny, lanky cunt shot him.
They probably would have killed us all given the chance, though.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with like the revolver at my side, just like looking at you.
No. No, that wasn't him.
Well, you should know, just as well as I. Anybody in this line of work is liable to end up like that. I just look at you and sorry he was your friend.
And I suppose
on
you
the wrong
want me
side.
to leave him here, yeah? You want me to leave his body here? Let his wife find out in 2-3 days. Child grew up without a father. I'm not supposed to just let that slide, am I?
That'd be my advice. I just kind of look at him in the eyes and just sort of ironically, right? You gotta learn to let things go.
Tell you what, you two fuck off.
What?
I'll deal with this. And
This
I'll
is
make
our
sure-
job. We've got to see it through together. Come on. We gotta get this lady out of here safely. That could be waiting for us outside.
One condition. I take the body with me, and you let me do what I gotta do. And this doesn't get uglier.
We don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't give a fuck what you're carrying when you leave, as long as you're fucking with us.
Or instanty, off you get. And yeah, I'll sort of like, sort of breathing techniques and pick this guy up with like my good shoulder. And yeah, I guess I'll go in behind everyone.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead of you, and as I approach you, Blair, I'm just like, did he just call me stunty? Fucking turnip.
I just kind of looked down at you, like just looked like straight down at you and just like, I don't know, and just gesture to my bleeding ears, like, I don't know.
Fucking Brussels sprout, motherfucker. Come along then, lass. And I keep pulling her along, and I'm like, come along then, come on. But like we're attached to one another, so I don't really have it. I can't go anywhere without her, so yeah. And this gauntlet is attached to me via like probably more than just like a glove and restraints. It's like a whole harness I wear on my body. So it'd be the equivalent of like removing plate mail armor to get this thing off of me. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm hauling her along.
Yeah. And as you're like dragging her along, I notice that maybe she's sort of stumbling behind you, like trying to keep up, and I'm just careful. Gentle with her.
Just fucking pick her up, for fuck's sake.
Look! She fucking disabled me arm, okay? I mean, not my actual arm, but my hydraulic apparatus. Yeah, I try lifting her, but without the mechanical leverage of the power pack. It's like, ah!
Are we in the are we still in the tunnel? Or are we leading outside?
You're currently like heading up, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, if we're heading up, I'm going to like put my hand up to my lip and just hold my gun out. I want to sneak up and see if I can see anybody, because I know that we've caused a lot of attention. I want to see if we have any friends up here.
Roll me stealthy.
2.
Okay. You see there is a group of people who definitely, like, they're definitely just workers who initially, like, scattered, who are sort of, like, getting the trail of bodies seems to lead towards this entranceway, and seem to be, like, peering around from the entrance, and you see one of them spots you, whispers something, and then they all sort of, like, all their heads, like, duck back around from the sort of top of the stairway.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be daring to go actually into the actual like sub area itself.
Cool. So yeah, I'll just kind of like I'll put my pistol back in my holster, and just look down and gesture up with my head to everybody.
Yeah.
I know this sounds a little bit weird, but on the way, and like if we encounter workers like these guys, right? Mm-hmm. Would it be totally cool if I were to just say fucking kill one for fun? Just to let anger out. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucked up, but yeah.
Good. I know. Yeah. I'm gonna save it for a little bit later because I don't want to ruin the escape plan thing. But I'm just saying that's the thing I want to do in a bit.
What's an escape
plan?
Okay,
no. Like just as you're like going up, you can. Because basically, you guys, are you guys just going to be like heading up the stairs out of this? It's sort of like you could try all these doors, but you don't know where.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk up. I mean, I'm Blair Lyons, dude. I'm walking straight up.
I'm Blair boy.
Yeah, you walk up straight up, and everybody sort of like falls back a bit, but they're all sort of like watching from maybe like 10 feet away, like shocked still, as you just sort of like walk out, look left and look right, and then keep moving. And then you follow Rennick. Like carrying this girl, you see some like gasps, and like a woman like is clearly like trying to usher one of the like male workers to do something about this situation of you seemingly like kidnapping a child.
I'll stare down the guy that she's looking at.
Yeah. and the guy does not move at all. Like you've got a pistol in your hand and you're like coated in blood, bleeding from the ear, and look like a mean motherfucker.
I mean, yeah, that's just crazy. Like a dwarf, no kind of guy just walking around covered in blood. Like,
Yeah.
And then an orc comes up, just covered in blood, carrying a body with a bullet through its eye over his shoulder, and just starts walking up the stairway. Like looks around at one, and this would be the most opportune time if you want to just like do something, Tommy.
yeah, I mean, because the thing is, like, I wouldn't. Tommy's that sort of guy, you know. When he's in that mood, he wants to instigate a fight. He doesn't want to just pull someone aside and like beat the shit out of it. He wants to like, make it look like the other guy started it. If you know what I mean? So like, are you looking at me funny, mate? Fucking blast your eyes, like that sort of thing.
Yeah. What like? Okay, so the crowd, I think, like a lot of them sort of like go wide-eyed and gasp, and one guy goes, "What the? Hey!" and like points at you.
Yeah, that's what turned around and got something to say, pal.
Yeah, he seems to like balk at that because you're like a big guy. Like he just like takes a step back, but seems to be still like taking sort of an authoritative like posture.
Are you saying you've got some kind of problem with me and my mates here, have you?
I just sort of roll my eyes and like just keep walking, like fucking hell.
What the fuck did you do to him?
This guy? Not much. You should ask him. But what you should really be asking is what I'm gonna do to you.
You like take a step towards him. He's like, look, you can't just come into the middle of the docks, into the wharf itself. It's the heart of the trade in the city.
Jesus Christ. I just want to like, and I if I may, I want to start shooting at the feet of the crowd. Because this is wasting my time, right?
Yeah, sorry, my housemates are actually like directly upstairs, and there's no like wall between, so I'm muting every now and then.
It's okay. Yeah, so I just wanna grab my revolver and just start shooting at the crowd, but not the people, like the feet of them.
Roll me a forceful or a flashy.
I'll do a forceful. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of the people do like back off, but this guy seems to have taken particular like interest in Tommy himself. You see, this guy is a half orc, and he seems to have taken like some sort of offense to the fact that it's a half orc like carrying a half orc who may have well been like killed by his hand.
Yeah, he's an orc, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I'm holding this guy, I was like, you think you're pretty mean out of that Greek, don't you, son? I bet you're half elf, you prissy prick. Fucking looking at him.
Yeah.
And
roll me a flashy here.
Flashy. Oh god. Okay.
Because you're like trying to like use your words to like egg him on, right? Like you're trying.
Yeah.
This is like kind of a performance act you're pulling.
Okay, that's -1.
-1, nice. So are you good? You good with a -1?
Yeah, why not?
Well,
okay,
you could also, I mean, you could justify, you could give that, you could re-roll that.
Yeah. So it's whether he wants to.
Because he has something to prove.
Yeah.
It's whether he wants to. Yeah. It's just it will cost the fate point.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking about. The fate point thing.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just let what happen. How he reacts.
Okay.
How he reacts.
So I think he takes a step forwards, and as he does, a bullet lands right at like his feet as he takes a step forwards, and he like looks down. Any other day, you swamp skinned fuck.
Let's go! Now!
Spits at your feet and then takes a step back.
I chuckle and I was like, sorry about that. Letting off steam. Just fucking laugh and just keep walking.
Yeah, you're just toying with him. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, I've walked over to like a gate that I pushed open. That's at like a ticket booth, and there's like a smashed out window on the other side. So I'm just like holding the door, like let's go now.
Yeah, and we see everybody begin to walk away from the camera, and I want to take us to our next scene, but first I want to do some admin. So, what is everybody doing after they get away from this place? I'm assuming that the person who is literally having to hold on to the merchandise is going to be the guy to deliver the merchandise.
And I'd expect
them
them
to go back to the bar with your brother.
I can help deliver him. Like, so what I'm thinking of doing is, because I'm driving, I'll drop Tommy wherever off he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will drop the merchandise off with Rennick. I'll part ways with Rennick, and then I want to go to a liquor store. I want to buy a really nice brandy.
Okay, cool. So we see you driving, and Tommy, where is it you're planning to go? We'll follow you here.
Okay, yeah, so after he essentially drops me off in, like, the rough neighbourhood of Boggles' missus, if I'd, like, recall what he said or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I essentially just want to, like, knock on the door and be like, hey, here's your dead husband.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I'm probably gonna go, like, fucking just drink himself to death. And probably start a fight or something.
Okay, yeah. So, you, we see, basically, the shot that we get of, like, the introduction to this scene is, like, basically the shot of the car, you stepping out of it from, like, the other side, and then just Blair nodding at you and you walking off. Mm-hmm. And directly in front of you is this sort of tall... It's a busy-looking street with cramped houses.
I think, if I may, before I drive off, I would just look at Tommy, because what I think he's going to do is sort of a waste of time. I don't understand it. Just why get people closure? So I just kind of look at him just in the driver's seat. I have the window rolled down. And I just make it count.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm paying least, how do you say it?
Yeah, you're just like looking forwards. You're paying the least amount of attention to him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Least amount of attention possible.
Yeah, make it count.
And you're just like staring forwards as you hear this, and then Blair begins to drive off. And the audience notes that Blair has gotten considerably better at driving over the past few weeks.
Hey.
But the house isn't small by any means. It's just on this sort of like cramped, busy-looking street. It's not in a bad part of town, but it's also not in a good part of town. It's like nothing special.
Yeah, I get you.
The flat itself, the number is on the second floor of like a sort of tall stack house, and there's sort of an iron set of stairs that go up to it. And as you like look up them, rain begins to sort of like start to pitter down. We start hearing like the plinking sound of the rain hitting the sort of iron steps. And as like you look up, you don't think you've ever felt like a series of stairs be so foreboding before.
Oh.
Don't you awe me, boy?
A car drives past and like a puddle like splashes over Tommy.
That's just fucking great. And yeah, I sort of sniff in the cold and just trying my best to get up there as quickly as possible to get to my destination.
Yeah, and each sort of like clink of your steps against the steel sort of like creaks and resonates with the sort of creaking of metal as you go up. But you do make your way up and prepare to knock on the door. And you can see through the window the like insides of the house partially, just through part of the open curtains, and it looks sort of like a quaint sort of little squat. You see like sort of a floral patterned curtain.
Yeah, like I stand in front of the door, sort of with my head down and this fucking just body over my shoulder. And I sort of, start like reciting things in my head, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Taking a deep breath and just on the door.
Yeah, you hear the sound of something clattering to the floor as if it's been knocked over, something like metal hitting like tiled flooring. And you hear like, "One moment," like this call from inside. And after a little while, you begin to hear the sounds of like hurried footsteps making their way towards the door. The door sort of flies open rather quickly, revealing this sort of slim, worried-looking half-orc. Her hair is silky black and sort of flows down to her waist. She's currently dressed in a semi-floral apron, and her sort of like concerned expression turns to disappointment as she lets out a breath. She's like, "Can I help you, Tommy?" Her brow furrows, and then like her face stretches into a smile, and then she's, "Who's that?"
And yeah, I'm sort of, breathing deeply. What was her name again?
Samantha.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a lot smaller than I remember, Sam.
Tommy. Who's that? You notice her, she's doing that thing where she's breathing so heavily that her head is kind of like rocking back and forth a bit.
Yeah, and I just unslung him off my shoulders, and in that sort of typical when they sort of hold a person like this, like a Fireman's Rescue sort of, just holding him like that, so she can see his face.
Oh no, Tommy, you don't come back here and. What have you done?
Listen,
and there's tears that are starting to well up in her eyes.
Let's sit down. Well, I'll tell you about it, right?
I'll make. She looks up. I'll make some tea. I had water on the boil. I used to have. I'll boil some more. You notice her hands are kind of shaking slightly.
Yeah, this is weird because Tommy is used to sort of seeing her as being kind of like Harley Quinn-esque,
Yeah, because you saw her when she was a teen, and now she's sort of more of a mom.
Yeah, and it's weird to sort of see someone, go from being wacky and zany to being responsible.
Yeah,
especially
under these circumstances.
The repercussions of an NPC that I killed.
Yeah, And she turns around and heads into the house, sort of leaving you in the door frame, staring down at the sort of threshold.
I sort of walk in and I make sure that the little ones or little one isn't around anywhere. If they're sort of, I don't know if they're old enough to walk or anything. So
you peek around a corner and you see the little one is currently sort of in a very sort of old fashioned looking cot in one corner.
Oh, yeah.
With a little I forget what they're called, the little spinning things that go over it, because it's sort of getting into sort of mid-evening now. Seems to be sleeping relatively happily, but that it's gonna wake up without its dad.
Yeah. So I'll sort of being kind of reassured that I'm not gonna ruin a 9-year-old's life.
Yeah, you're not gonna traumatize it at the very least.
Yeah, shut the door behind me and go and take a seat, and making sure that I don't spill this guy's brain all over the place.
Yeah, you rest him against somewhere with a tiled floor, up against the wall. You make sure not to do it against a wooden floor or anything.
Yeah, and I just wait for her to come back.
Yeah, and you hear the sort of clinking of teapots and teacups. Not the normal clinking of just getting them prepared, but the sort of jittery shaking as she begins to bring it into the room. She sets it down, and you see she's obviously gone through this motion quite a lot as she places the two sort of teacups at either side of the table, and sort of while just staring past, she picks up the kettle and starts pouring it towards the tea. And we see Tommy's reaction before we see what's actually happening. Tommy's eyes sort of grow wide, and then we get what he's sitting. She's missing the teacup and is just pouring boiling water over her hand, and eliciting no reaction.
Yeah, did I remember anything about her being either double hard or having a fake hand or something?
She seems like she's just not with it right now. She's not even.
Right.
She's just staring past.
Her whole life is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll sort of shake this. I'll stand up and I'll sort of put it right, without sort of.
Yeah, you go and grab the kettle and just pick it up without forcefully doing it or anything. Just gently lifting her hands back to her, and her eyes sort of focus, and she looks up at you. Right. She just puts her hand down, sort of down the side of the chair. You pour the tea then.
I always pour my own drinks. Always have done. And I start pouring it myself.
Yeah, she nods.
Yeah. And this is so weird for Tommy, because he's never had to actually do the sort of thing, sort of exist or speak for anyone else's sake other than his own. So
Yeah.
yeah, he kind of pauses his drink. He sits down.
Yeah, you pour both.
I'll get to the I'll cut straight to the chase for you. Me and a couple of lads doing a job. Walked in. Security guy. Is our fella. I don't know what happened. I was caught up in a scrap. But all I know is when the dust settles. Well, and that's just sort of motion towards the body.
She just like shakes
Damn.
her head. Yeah, and like there's a long awkward silence, and to sort of break the silence, you just sort of like lift up the teacup and bring it to your lips, and before you can take a sip, you feel a jolting pain from your shoulder, and it feels like it just jolts straight down to your heart as
wow.
teacup and plate that you're holding both clatter to the ground, smashing. We hear the baby in its cot wake up, and you just grab your chest as it feels like your heart is racing 1,000,000 beats per minute.
Yeah.
And the audience, and maybe in Tommy's head too, we get a flashback to
Here, big guy, hold still.
when
Let me
Blair
pop that back into socket for you.
grabs your shoulder, and at the same time as the sharp pain of him putting the joint back in, we see like a very slight pinprick stick into your armpit.
No, oh, gee, yeah, that fucking hurts, dude. Yeah, I bet. Wow,
And-
okay, I'm dead.
We just see Tommy collapse forward over the table, shattering the sort of tea set that was so like readily prepared, as Samantha like drops to her knees, like grabbing and like shaking you. And that's where we'll take our break.
Jesus Christ, that's like, your husband's dead, I'm so sorry. I'm fucking dead. Like, now
That's
she's
so
got two
fucked,
bodies.
dude. It's so fucked. It's so bad.
Make it count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tommy, dude. You were a loose end, man. You knew about
Your
Sergey.
mum is a loose end.
Yeah, you knew about Sergey, dude.
Savage.
So if anyone wants to go for any drinks, anything to eat, now is the time. Now is the opportune
I'm
time.
just gonna. So I'm guessing I'm just sitting here in fucking awkward silence for another couple of hours. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
we do. If you want to keep sitting in, you can. If not, we can go to a black screen while Tripper quickly switches around some stuff. To whether you want to sort of like stay. That's
Yeah,
cool by
whatever.
me if you want to.
I'll hang around.
Cool.
Okay, sick.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
I thought that was a well done last played moment though. Just like this is
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
you role played that like insanely well. I really like the sort of like restrained anger and sort of like